because they just get so much more time to think, and then that's when you see all those cancels and like rip outs and stuff like that. But when you reinforce their decision like that, it's just going to be better for like long term, making sure that they're actually going to keep it, right? And be like a sticky customer. So it's just like a funny little one line that you can use at the very end. And you can use it in your own words, like, how do you feel after doing this? Or how do you think it's going to make you feel to have the cameras and the security when we get it hooked up for you? Just reinforcing like, oh, I think it's actually going to help. I think we're really going to really like it. Cool. Perfect. And then you kind of, you know.
It's funny, they might actually tell you the reason that they got it too.
Yeah.
They were kind of hiding it. They'll be like, you know, we were really thinking about this. I'm glad you stopped by. We just had some goon sleeping underneath my porch. And it's like, why didn't you tell me that like an hour ago? Like,
right.
That's insane. Like,
yeah. And it's like, it's for the customer. They're just, you're making it to where they're reassuring themselves, right?
Yeah. They don't have buyer's remorse.
Right. Like they're reassuring themselves on it. So what you're doing is just like building that in their head of like the reassurance, like, hey, like we're getting this, we're doing this, we're gonna like it, we're gonna use it, and this and that. And so yeah, I mean that's kind of like the thing. I can zoom this out if you guys want. But yeah, that's kind of it. Does anybody have like any questions or anything that they've kind of been struggling with? Do like a, I guess, quick Q&A if there's some time.
Keith is behind you.
Keith.
So yesterday I had the same thing. I ran into this dude. He was just like from the jump, he was like, I really don't feel like I need it. I ended up working with him, getting him to sit down with him, drop the price and stuff. He's like, yeah, I see the value in it. It's a good deal. Nothing ever happens here, man. Like I said, I've been pretty safe in the neighborhood for 20 years. Nothing's really made me scared around here. Yeah.
Is it just them? Or does he have a family?
It was literally just an old dude too.
Old dude
in the military.
Yeah.
I was busting out all the one-liners on him, like, how would you feel if you, like, obviously people don't get security until after something happens. We just want to help you be proactive over here. How would you feel knowing that you did something beforehand? It's like, yeah, you're right. You're right. I even told him Nate's story about the fires with the house burning down, monitor fire, see if someone's life. Yeah. Wow, that's great. Wow. But yeah, man, I just feel pretty safe. I've been here 20 years. Nothing scares me about the neighborhood.
Yeah, so like...
You've been here for 20 years. Do you feel like crime's going up or down since you've been here?
I even told him that. People that are coming in nicer neighborhoods. People
I would try like...
It was like 4 tries.
I would try like one more thing. I'd be like, look... I would just do one more, be like, look, just for like your time and for my time's sake too, obviously like we don't want to pay for it if you're not going to use it. Do you feel like you'd use it? Like you can be honest with me. Do you feel like you'd use it? Be the customer.
Oh yeah, he said yeah.
You feel like you'd use it? Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, and then I'd say like, look, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being like, no, you would never ever get security, even if you had broken into, you'd never do it. On a 10, being like, yeah, we can do this and we can get it set up, where would you find yourself? And then, depending on his answer, so even if it's like, if it's below, like if it's below 5, I'll leave. If it's 5 to 10, I'll say, okay, what do we have to do to get you to a 10? And I'll just ask him, or just say that. What would we have to do to get you to a 10? And then usually they'll be like, well, I really want to see my back too. Okay, boom, we can pay for the safety camera for you. And that's why I usually start off with 1 camera anyway. Is because if I start off with 2 cameras, then I have to give them a 3rd camera, and now I'm losing a shit ton of money. So I usually just start with 1, and then I can back pocket the 2nd camera, and then that way they feel like they're winning in that situation. They feel like they won the negotiation.
Yeah,
you know.
Really and truly, the dude, like, he was like, cause his ex-wife was there, and he was like,
ex-wife?
Like, yeah, his ex-wife. I'm like, oh yeah, your wife, is that who you want? He's like, nah, she's my ex. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep that between me and you. And then he was just like, he was trying to negotiate with me.
Exactly.
Like,
so he just wanted.
He was like, oh, I know. He was telling his wife, he was like, yeah, I just don't think I can do it. And then I'm like, yeah. Obviously, I know you didn't expect to see me today. Right. He was telling her, yeah, I think he's gonna give me a lower rate. I think not. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and then it'd be like, well, yeah, to make this worth your time, like, what would you want to, you know? And then you can like start picking little things here and there. Like you give them a second camera, you pay for the first month. You know, drop it to, you know, pay them the money or whatever you have to do, and then just find something where they feel like they're winning the bargain, right? Where you're not getting screwed, right? Because we don't want to get screwed on our pay, but something where you're making them feel like they win, but you're also winning still, right?
Right? Was trying to fetch you bad.
Right. So like,
One of the cameras and one of the Royal Rebuttals.
right. So, you know, what I'll do is just like I'll bargain with them. I don't give a shit, you know. So, like, well, I could afford like 30. Okay, we'll make it 30 for the first year. Here's however much money, you know. Like I'll throw it in there.
Good deal.
Especially-
It's that time of the year, man. It's that time of the year. We ain't got much time though.
Yeah, like-
Right. Especially if he has like a 725
Put
credit,
'em in.
or if they have like a really good credit score. I know that account's not going bad, so I'll say, all right, cool, let's throw it in there. Here's $400.
Yeah, basically what I'm asking is like, what you would have done in that situation?
I would have bargained with them, said, okay, hey, what can you afford? What do you really like? All right, how about this? We'll give you a second camera. We'll drop it at about $10. You can't, and then I make it really exclusive, or you can do like a manager close. And I've done that before too. Be like, let me call my manager, see what we can do for you. Yeah, they keep their yard pretty nice. Yeah, it's like one of the nicer houses on the street. Hey, do you promise to keep the sign out? My manager says you have to keep the sign out. You promise? Okay, you're not going to tell anybody what we're going to do for you? Oh, you can really do that? Are you sure we can really do that? Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, my manager said we could drop it about $10. You got to promise to keep that sign out and give me referrals too, okay? And then, okay, thanks. Thank you so much. I know I'm going to be in a world of trouble later. Boom, hang up the phone. All right. I've never heard him give any deals like this before. He said we could drop it like to 63 if you have one camera, of course. You can drop it to 63. You'd be like, all right, he said we could drop it to 63, but you got to promise to get that sign out and at least give me a referral. And then, boom.
It helps that before you start negotiating and giving the world, it helps to figure out what it is that's stop like, and there's a couple different, the three M's, which is, it's the me, money, or the metal. Metal being the alarm. But like, what, do you like me? Like, did I do something? No. Oh no, man, you're good. Because there's only 3 reasons they're not going to do it. It's either you, money, or the metal. And it's like, okay. Is it me? No, no, man, you're good. You're a nice kid. Like, you're working hard. Okay, that kind of sounds like it was me, but okay. You know, and then you get the money. And they're like, no, it ain't the money. And you're like, yeah, you drive an $80,000 car or just something like that. It's like, definitely not money. If you wanted it, you'd have it. So it's the system. What is it that you want? Like, you're making my job so hard. I'm not a salesman. I'm not the salesman. I told you at the beginning. I'm an advertising director. Yeah, my job is to make sure you have what you want, so you talk about it. What do you want? Let's just cut the BS. What do you want?
And I feel like
And they'll go, give me a door lock and we'll do it. Boom. All right, take a beer in an hour.
Yeah, and I feel like a big thing too is like sometimes we'll get like frustrated or like work up, but you're really just like, you're one little thing away from getting the sale. Like, and like we get worked up and we get flustered and then we try to think of like a line in our head that we need to say, and like we think if we say that line then we're gonna get the sale. Dude, screw all the lines, like screw all that. Dude, just have a conversation with the person and be yourself. Like, be yourself and have a conversation with them. Look, dude, like Zach's line, like, look, dude, I'm not here to pull teeth. I just try to make the money make sense for you. What do we need to do to make this worth it for you? I've said that so many times. Like, hey, look, what do we need to do to make this worth it? What do you want?
That's like Dan Moser goes, just give it away. What do you want? Let's quit complicating this. I'm not a salesman. I'm not a I quit selling cars because I hated being a salesman. What do you want?
Yeah.
And then they'll go, a door lock. And you're like,
Yeah.
that was it? That was it? All this for a door lock? All right, man. Yeah. Gee whiz. How do I? Let's get there.
Door lock, first door, whatever it is, dude. Like, just be yourself, have a conversation with the person, figure out what they actually want, close the damn deal. Cooper, you had your hand up?
Yeah, just one thing along the lines, spoke a lot about is question-based selling, asking good questions. I was just wondering if you had any like good questions you're using on the doorstep to like keep people engaged.
Questions that I use on the doorstep keep people engaged.
Yeah, just so it's like, because like I feel like lately I've just been pitching at people and then like they just zone out instantly. rather than like having that back and forth conversation.
Yeah.
I think that's just humanizing yourself.
Yeah, I'd just say like little quick conversation like, oh, how long you been here? What do you do for work? Oh, that's super cool. Blah blah blah. Like just your typical stuff. Like I'm not saying anything crazy. And then like if we're talking about like the equipment, I'll just be like, what camera would you want to use more? This one. Are you pretty good with the phones? Show them how it works on the phone. Like just like pretty simple stuff. Have you ever used an alarm before? Okay, I'll show you how it works. Like that kind of stuff. Once I'm in their house, I'll talk about like their family. If they have pictures on the wall, they're like, oh, you have a PS5? Oh, what games do you play? Like, I bet you I beat you in UFC or whatever it is. Like, just being but that's just me being myself. Like, you know, I'm not trying to overdo it. I'm not trying to be anybody else. I'm just being me. So like, if I don't see something like that engages me, I won't really say anything. But I have like go-tos that I'll use that you can kind of use on anybody. So it's like, if they have pictures of their family, oh, you have a pretty big family. Oh my God, is that you 30 years ago? Wow, you must have got all the guys, huh? Or just like, silly stuff like that, especially if it's like an old lady. Yeah, call the old lady a whore. That's the money flows. That's what we'll end on. Call your old lady whores, yeah.
God, you're such a whore back in the day, weren't you?
Straight to YouTube.
Gonna be demonetized.
Yeah, nah, keep it in.
Alright, we'll be in there.
But yeah,
Keeps you human,
We'll
isn't
be
it?
in there in all its glory, don't worry.
You heard me?
And Kyle? Good prayer.
Oh, I got the prayer.
Dude, turn us up, kid.
Turn up, turn us up.
Turn us up.
Yo, turn us up, dude.
Turn us up for Jesus.
Dear Lord, I just want to pray that we have the mental focus and motivation and discipline to push ourselves further than we pushed ourselves before. I pray that you keep us safe, hydrated, keep our families safe. And so with the summer coming to an end, we were able to finish strong and go provide for the people we need to provide for. Amen.
Yeah.